Good day, everybody. And this is Michael Filighera, and I'm here with Sascha Goring. And this is our introduction to our membership pages, which are going to be beginning on YouTube on January the 6th. I want to give a slight or just a small PowerPoint presentation, and Sascha and I are going to talk about all the great stuff that's going to be included. And then we also have uh, a couple of promos or promotions that we would like to offer during this startup period. So first of all, Sascha,
Michael,
they
hi.
haven't heard your voice in such a long time. I'm going to
Yeah,
just kind
that's
of
right.
say welcome back. You and I have been talking and definitely communicating over the last couple of months, but I've not
Yes.
told everybody what you've done or where you are now. So I don't know how much you want to include or even if you want to say. So
Yeah, I can just a little bit talk about that. I moved around here in Europe a little bit, so that took a lot of time from my private life and also my working life. So that's why we didn't have that much updates together. But yeah, we are here and hey,
and
let's see,
we're
let's
ready
go.
and we're
Yes,
excited. Um, so
exactly.
here's what I'm going to do. So the first slide, of course, is just traders helping traders because that's the name of the site on YouTube. So I've been talking about it within my own personal videos that I'm posting each day. And the reason that I'm flipping over to memberships is because, of course, just to improve the quality of the information that we're giving um, requires a lot more time on both my part and Sasha's part. And so we felt it would be good to make it more plausible or easier for us to actually spend that time required to provide a high quality service to traders. So that's the primary reason. So I'm going to go through, we're going to start our slideshow so that we can go on here. And so we're going to have two membership levels and for YouTube. And the first one is going to be a silver, then we have gold. But we're also going to be beginning a Discord intraday alert service. So just kind of keep all that in mind as I go through the explanations of each of what we're going to be doing. The first is our silver membership. It will provide daily updates for the NASDAQ or the NQ. So we'll be covering the futures markets within our daily updates, the NQ, which will be done by Sascha, and the
Yes.
ES, which I will update. And then also within that silver membership, you're going to get a weekly update, which would include the NDX and the SPX, which of course are the cash markets, plus the futures markets as well. And then all memberships will also include access to the Logical Signals Trading Discord server.
Yes.
So now, and the price is $24.99. Now, some people may think that's rather high, but when we consider, so you might ask, how did I come up with that price? Both Sascha and I also provide coaching and teaching. And so we got to go by what we what our pay is per hour. And so if we're considering that it's going to take probably, between 5 and 7 hours a week to produce all of our videos and to keep up the Discord server. And so both Sasha and I are kind of up there because
Yeah.
the quality of the service is actually very high. So 24.99 a month really projects out to not very much. When I
Exactly.
consider that we both are basically in a range between $375 to $500 per hour, depending on the person and
The
how much
content.
product. So,
Yes.
based on that, 24.99 really brings it down to a very, I believe, an affordable amount. Now, within our daily updates, I'm going to let Sascha kind of talk about what he likes to include in his daily updates. This is just a once a day update uh,
Yes.
for the Nasdaq. So Sascha, you go ahead and do that, and then I'll fill in mine for the S&P.
Exactly. So, what we are talking about the silver membership, for example, here now in the Nasdaq or the Nasdaq future update, what I will do is like I'm going over on the 1 hour time frame and probably on the 15-minute time frame. So you will have an experience, or not an experience, and an outlook for the market of the day, so that you know probably the basic what the market or which direction the market will take, where we are right now. And in detail, it's of course not that, well, how I say it in detail. The more detail you get later on is definitely the Discord alert service. But this is a basic membership where you have your daily updates from my side, the Nasdaq, and from Michael's side, the ES, and the weekly updates. It is not that in detail, but you have to understand that we have several, or that we have three models to talk about or to include in our work, and we cannot provide the same service for the silver member and then the gold member, and also not on the intraday alert service. This is not working. We have to separate it a little bit, and we cannot provide that much of detail for the silver members as we do for the gold members, or even the Discord alert service. That's not
Right.
working.
That's true.
So I think you're going to take your profit out of this, of course, because you get a daily update. And I think where you can work with the next day or intraday, it helps you trading the Nasdaq and also the S&P from Michael's side. So I hope this is a good benefit for you guys. And yeah, I think that's the silver membership, Michael. I think in
Right.
detail, we're going to talk a little bit more about the gold and also the
Yes, I will. I will.
yeah,
Just to kind of fill in also on even on the silver membership, for me, what I will be including, and I likely will toss them in for the NASDAQ because I received that data. And so on the ES, again, it's going to be very similar to what we're already doing on the daily updates. And that'll be going over the day's activity, going over what the market did or didn't do, uh, updating the Elliott wave count as
yeah,
appropriate. Um, I normally myself, it frustrates some people, but other people don't. I usually give a two-sided view. One I call my alternate, and the other one is my preferred. That's just the way that I was taught when you're presenting analysis, that, and at least on an LE wave basis, that you're kind of giving both sides of the story. Because in today's market, which is highly controlled by algorithms, if not 100% controlled by algorithms, sometimes they're doing things you're just like, whoa, we got no idea why they're doing that. And by taking a step back, sometimes things become clear. One of the things that's going to be very interesting is that we will also be including our Fibonacci sequences, our Fibonacci levels, and those are all going to remain important. And what I want to state for how we're doing this together, there are levels that Sascha has added to his roster of numbers because his work has taken him to look a little bit deeper into how algorithms are calculating these different moves. And he has found some of the levels that we will be including, which we already do, within that daily update. And
yes,
and even when like I have and Sascha will also, when we break it down to a 15-minute chart, it really starts to pull in some of those not as common levels, at least on an Elliott wave basis, for Fibonacci, but yet they are Fibonacci numbers. So
yes,
everything is remaining within the structure of what we'll be using. Now, on our weekly updates, which will also just be, of course, once a week, we'll be also reviewing the NDX and the SPX, the cash markets, and looking at those together with the futures market. Those of you that are already following me for weekly updates know that there are times, of course, that the cash market is not keeping pace, obviously, with the futures market because it doesn't trade all the same hours. So sometimes we get a little bit of a difference, but I always try to make sure that we're in alignment as to what our overall counts are going to be.
Yeah,
Now, the
yeah, yeah.
important that people need to understand is like the access to the logical signals trading, the Discord server, that's going to be a spot where everyone is able to come in and text or just chat with other members about a question, about something, about a number, about anything that kind of relates to their trading. You'll be able to share your ideas, you'll be able to share thoughts there. And so together, I feel very strongly that $24.99 a month is a pretty fair value for what I believe will be given. Now, one thing that I will be adding that I need to just stick in right now, within my daily updates, and I'm sure that what I'll be doing is adding them both for the NASDAQ and for the ES because I get them. And those are going to be the options flows and the gamma flows and the capital flows. And what I mean by those is that those get translated into a volatility trigger, a put wall, a call wall, a weird large gamma has collected, and what it means when these levels are violated or broken, either to the upside or the downside. And those provide extremely important levels, particularly if we take it just a last week on Wednesday, when the market reacted accordingly to what they said, that the market reacted to the Fed chairman saying that they weren't going to have as many rate cuts as we were expecting. And of course, then the market just tanked. 1,000 in the Dow, 800 in the NASDAQ, and the S&P was close to 200. But there was much more behind that than just the decision that they're not going to cut as many times as we thought they would. And that's the important distinction. And that's why this added information is going to become extremely valuable. And that adds a great deal to what price we want to charge. So moving right along, we're going to go over to the gold membership. So in the gold membership, it's going to, of course, be the daily updates for the NASDAQ and the S&P, and the weekly updates for the NASDAQ and the S&P, again, the cash markets, and of course, all those silver benefits. So what's up there, we see those are the silver benefits. So it includes all the silver benefits plus daily and weekly updates for the Dow and the Dow future and the Russell 2000 and the Russell 2000 future. And again, those I will be doing. And so I'll be adding, of course, that to my roster. And at the same time, all four, so NASDAQ and the ES, and if you're gold membership, adding the Dow and the Russell, you are going to also get those levels on the flows. And so everything like the volatility triggers where all of these things sit in those two added markets as well. So what we're talking about there is that it's $49.99 a month. And basically that's easy math, right? If we're doing two for $24.99, well, if we add two, it's $49.99. So that just kind of fits in pretty cleanly with those. So that's actually just the membership structure that we have right
Yeah.
now. So I don't believe there should be any real questions going on there. If you do, of course, this will be posted on YouTube. Please feel free to ask your questions, and then we can get those answered, whether those questions are for me or for Sascha.
And Michael, what I can possibly add here is regarding the Discord access for all members of the
Yes,
silver and gold status, because I feel, and also that has helped me earlier days a lot, to have someone to just talk about trading, you know. This can help you also. I don't know if you are beginners or if you have experience in trading, but having contact with people that are doing the same as you do can help you a lot to increase your trading styles. You know, you can ask
right,
questions under each other's, you can talk about trading, someone throws an idea out there, you know, you have an active and an interactive way of corresponding together, and this can also help you. And this is the benefit of having a Discord access.
right.
And I think this would be a good value. And I hope everybody loves to join the server, because Yeah, I think it would be a good time for you guys.
I agree. I actually do agree to that very much. Okay, now we both would like to talk about the Discord intraday alert service. This is
Yes.
apart from YouTube. So what you get on YouTube is exactly what we just talked about in the silver and the gold memberships. But since we're allowing everyone who comes in with a gold or silver membership to have access to our Discord, uh,
Intraday alert service.
our Discord room, our Discord server. Now,
Yes.
so we thought, okay, that's going to be a place where we can, both Sasha and I, because of course we'll be in there, but we will not be talking, but we will have the ability to put out alerts to something happening in the market, or just doing a periodic update of what's happening thus far. So what's going to be inside the Discord intraday alert service? There's going to be market analysis throughout the day, which will be covering the Central European time zone, which is where Sascha is, and then the US time zones, which of course was where I am, but overlap because Sascha also trades during the US markets when we're open. So
Yes.
our intraday updates will include updates for the NASDAQ future and the S&P future. And there'll be one during the Central European time morning. So unfortunately, I will be asleep because there's a big time change. There's 9 hour difference between where I live and where Sascha lives. And I'm in San Francisco and Sascha is in Central Europe. So
Yes.
we'll be doing one during the Central European time zone in the morning session. And then
Yes.
we'll both be putting out one before the US session. So let me just say that the first intraday update is likely just going to be on the NASDAQ because that's the market that Sascha trades, and that's the market that Sascha would be best to update.
Yes.
And possibly at some other point, if demand is high enough, then maybe Sascha would pick up
I
the
will also do the S&P then
would
for a
pick up
short
the
time.
S&P. But right now, to start, folks, this is
Yes.
we're starting our service. It would just be the Nasdaq, and then once the U.S. opens, I will be making them for the S&P. Now, gold memberships, uh, we we would talk. We would talk because I might have to delineate or just separate what we're getting here, and then for adding additional markets. Because don't forget, folks, it's like every time that Sascha and I add a market to our roster, that is at least 1 to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours during our day, where we're actually putting out information and paying attention for other traders versus,
Yes.
the other benefit here, folks, is that both Sascha and I are traders and successful traders, let me add. And so, we've got to fit so many things within our day, plus try to do some of our own trading during that time. Now, doesn't have anything to do because if we're committed to doing these services, we will do them.
Hmm.
But when we're saying about price, you should have an understanding. It's like when we're not trading and we're doing this, then our opportunities also
And
change as well.
honestly, Michael, what I want to add here is again also the benefit of having Michael in the US and me in Europe. So I know a lot of firms that offer these kind of services,
Yeah,
but they are most likely located in the US. And they start with a service like, for example, close before the opening on the before the US session opening. So, and the benefit of being in Europe, I can provide you guys all through watching the Globex session overnight and then make an update and prepare you guys also for my morning. So wherever you are located in the world, you get good and very fast updates. And that's a very good benefit, I think, in my view.
I agree. I actually do agree with you. Now, also included in the Discord intraday alert service, Sasha and I will do once a month. We'll do a 1 hour live stream with both Sasha and myself for Q&A. So that
Yes.
would and you know what, that could change if somebody's like, well, that's not enough. Maybe we need to do it twice a month or whatever. But we're just starting saying once a month we will do a live stream, for all
Yes.
the members of the
This
Discord.
is a live member stream for you guys, and you can throw out your questions to you want to ask us. You can ask questions about the market, specific uh,
Yeah,
stock, or whatever your question you have on the heart. You can just let it out, and we make a little bit kind of a real, how you say it, like a conversation with you. Okay, so you can
right.
ask. We respond. We look at some charts for you if you want to.
We will answer the questions as
Yes,
best we can.
exactly.
We will
Yes,
answer the questions. All
yes.
right, so that is the Discord intraday service. Seems simple, but there's a lot of work behind it, those of you that are day traders. And this service is actually going to be geared towards and for day traders.
Yep.
So people that are active in the markets during the trading sessions, both Globex and the US. Now, so what do we got? We're going to offer a promo price. During our startup, we will have a promo price of $200 for the first month. And then you get all of the information that I've just talked about. Plus, you will also have separately coming through YouTube, you will have all of that data as well.
Yeah.
Now, the regular price for the Discord intraday alert service will be $250 a month. So as long as the promo price is in effect, no matter from when you start, that would be your month. This is your first month would start from your actual start date and then run for 1 month. And then from there, then the regular price will be $250 per month. And that will be, oh, I'll talk about that in my next slide. Excuse me. So $200 promo price for the first month, $250 per month regular price. And we feel that those are very competitive pricing because we've tried to balance it out by what is being offered by other firms that use Elliott Wave, that use Fibonacci, and that use some of the instruments or indicators that we also include, and what they're charging for their intraday services. And pretty much that the median price is $250 a month.
Yeah.
So now payment. This is where it becomes important we need to understand. The silver and gold memberships are paid via YouTube. So the updates that we place on YouTube, you will put that membership together with YouTube. So in other words, on January the 6th, when I post the updates and you come in, they will be posted under memberships. So everyone's going to be able to see that I've posted or that Sascha and I have posted. But you're going to have to then join one of the memberships in order to pull the data and to actually watch the videos. So the silver and gold memberships are paid via YouTube. And then YouTube takes their part of that membership, and then Sascha and I get the balance. And I'm not going to
Yeah.
go over all of that because those of you that have memberships or know about memberships, they take quite a high percentage. So the Discord intraday and alert updates will be billed separately via PayPal. So if you had an interest in them, we will set up a web page that will be active pretty much from January the 6th on. So once we begin all the services, we will also have the payment system put together, and they'll be billed through PayPal. And so, and no matter where you are in the world, pretty much you can use PayPal. And so you would be receiving invoices from Logical Signals Trading, which is the entity that Sascha and I are both using to do all of this work. So that would be
Yes.
billed separately. And something very important that I want to make clear here. I have found that most people say, well, do you have an annual subscription or a 6-month subscription? And most people don't have an interest in that length of time. And so I don't.
Which
This,
will hopefully change, Michael, because they would. I hope that they love our service.
right, exactly. Um, but to begin, there's no long-term commitment here. This is a month
Yes.
by month, and that would be on YouTube and on PayPal. So anything, our silver and gold memberships or the Discord alert updates. those are no long-term commitments. So you purchase for a month, and even if you come in mid-month, then you're good to 1 month from that date. Uh, and I just feel it works better. Now,
Yep.
we want to talk about something else. And this is what we're, again, also under Traders Helping Traders. So, but it's really logical signals trading because it's teaching and coaching. Now, Sasha and I both, we had our trade room, and some of you may be familiar with that. Um, and but we found that when we're in there and we're trying to trade and we're trying to give our trades or show our trades, it really prevented us from the teaching and the coaching, which we
Yep.
both like to do. And so we're not going to have a trade room, but we're going to offer teaching and coaching through myself and with Sascha. And what we've really come up with is a day trading course. So those of you that have an interest in day trading, which is basically you want to follow what Sascha and I already are doing, we are day traders. So sometimes we're putting on a scalp. Sometimes we're going to hang on to the trade because we've got to move. These are all the things that Sascha and I would like to teach you. And by doing that, well, instead of just like us giving you the fish, we'd rather teach you how to fish, and you can then catch as many as you'd like.
Never heard that one before, Michael. That's good.
That's a good one. Yes, there's a whole side to that story.
Yeah.
Um, give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day.
Yeah.
Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime.
Exactly.
So,
A good one. Yeah.
what I want to talk about, if you're what our plan is under this day trading program is that you would get 5 hours of coaching with me and you would get 5 hours of coaching with Sascha for a total of 10 hours. So with me, I'll be going over the trading process, daily activities for successful trading, what we need to do. I need to talk about motivation and capital, ensuring that sufficient capital to achieve your trading goals and tailoring goals to your account size that you can only do. Having a business plan and an objective. So it's creating that business plan with objectives to guide trading and maintain your commitment. And then discipline and overcoming issues. This one's important. So developing the discipline to overcome your trading issues. So your mindset and how it can be really just thrown off balance real quick when trading. And so how and what can you do to kind of keep that in line? And then trade development is setting up and utilizing your indicators. Elliott wave. So not that we're going to go into great detail about teaching Elliott wave because that's a separate course because it goes into a lot of more detail. But you just to talk about the Elliott waves and the Fibonacci and to develop and monetize your trades. Now, we have teaching and coaching with Sascha. And Sascha, I'm going to
Yep.
let you talk about that.
Okay. So, yeah, so I think we can provide much, much, much more. And this is just an overview of what we can provide because I think every individual and each person that is trading is different, and I cannot tell you how to trade, so we have to find out how you would like to trade. And using these informations to make you a successful trader. And how I trade is like very, very technical. And I'm using a lot of different indicators for trading. So I would sit there and find out which indicators for you are the best to use. Or for example, if you're a beginner trader, I would tell you, first of all, what are the most important indicators you should look before taking trades or within a trade, that give you the signals to get in, to get out, to stay long, to get out, to go short or whatever. There's so many abilities there. And the very important one is the indicator tab here, the essential indicators for futures trading. Then we have ICT and order flow trading. This is like how the market moves is coming in with capital, the order flows, which how can I describe it in English? It's like the money moves regarding inflow and outflow of
Right,
capital.
right,
And the order flow of trading or the order flow in trading is one of the most important things you have to look for. For example, if you want to trade impulsive waves, you have to watch, is there volume increasing? Is there the volume not increasing or something like that? That's the order flow. And you can see exactly how the big institutions throw their orders in, and you want to ride these with them. You don't want to work against them. And this is also something which is in line with Michael's part of coaching because he goes within his mindset. And this is one big thing that you never can tell the market what the market will do. Take advantage of the moves that the market does, be happy and say, that's it, You always have to value your profit, your profit which you made, okay? Always be happy, don't overtrade it. And this is a part which Michael brings in, the order flow capital trading, of course, the ICT trading regarding fair value gaps, how the market moves, because for example, when you have a big gap for example, in the 50-minute candle, okay, it looks very, 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 very strong sell-off. You are not expecting a bounce there, okay? And when you watch or when you trade fair value gaps, for example, you know that this bounce will come to grab the liquidity in these candles. And this is something like that I'm going to show to you and make you a little bit more stable for your trades in these kind of moves. Yes, and then the other part is securing profits and managing trades. This is what I said in the beginning. Also, secure your profit. Don't get FOMO, for example. You say, okay, I want to get in on the top of a candle, and that's not often the best entry point for you. And like for example, breakout trading. Can value and can differ a lot because it depends also on your trading style. Because yes, always keep your profit. When you have profit, say okay and enter the next trade, for example. Okay, don't overtrade it in one trade, for example. Of course, you have to let the trade ride. Always put your stop loss with you in the profit. Let the trade run. Okay, secure your trades. This is also very, very important and protect your profits. Yes, then candlestick trading, of course. The candlesticks, and this is the art of trading. They tell you a lot about moves and how different candlesticks or candle patterns are moving, or the candlesticks in itself, how the candle looks, for example, the open, the close, the body of it. This is when you get used to it, you can read it like a book, and you can take advantage out of this. And there are a lot of different chart patterns on the market, and this is also in combination with Elliott wave, yes, of course, but also when you see chart patterns forming with the candlestick patterns. I try to bring you that as close as possible to make you profit out of this, and you can.
right, right.
Yeah, sorry guys, sometimes I have some problems with my English, but I'm trying to make it on point as possible. Yes, then of course Fibonacci. Fibonacci is one of the most important, the Fibonacci levels or extensions are the most important things you have to watch in the market. Okay, the retracement levels, for example, support zones, the extension levels, your target zones, and within there you have to include different stuff like securing your profits. And there's so much to trade in the market moves, and it's not so easy to tell you right now because you don't see the chart. I don't see the chart right now, but there's so much to tell you about candlestick trading, Fibonacci levels, and also the new Fibonacci levels, because I also have discussed with Michael that over the last 5 or 6 years, the Fibonacci levels or the extension levels have changed dramatically. And
Yeah,
it's a point of, in my view, it's a point of modern trading. It's like the market or the behavior of the institutional traders have changed a lot. And as Michael said in the beginning, I'm also coding algorithms for trading and doing writing indicators. So I also look what institutional traders are trading and how they are trading. Of course, I have to do this. And new levels have developed over the last years very, very much. And
Hmm.
not always that easy to recognize that. But when you know what's going on, it's very, very helpful to have these new
Yes. Yes.
modern trading styles. Okay. And this is one of my part I'm doing here. Of course, I'm also using Elliott Wave. On the intraday trading, I don't use that as much at the moment. But for my bigger picture and a guideline for me, I of course watch that a lot. But intraday, I'm having, as I said before, a lot of technical indicators I'm using to trade, and this is, I think, will help you a lot. Then what I also said before, like order block tradings, defining order blocks, defining trends, defining breaker blocks. For example, when you break out an order block, you have the retest, and this is the part you want to get in. Don't get caught in this move, for example, when you break something. Okay, it's not with a successful retest, for example. This is a lot of what a lot of people do wrong here. Like, okay, we break a level, get in, okay, but what's happening with the retest of it? And this is the part where some people get knocked out of the market, take a loss, and this is what I want to prevent you in my coaching sessions from,
Yeah.
to get you like, yeah, let's like a stable trader. And please understand, this is just a little part which we have included here in the presentation, but there's a lot of stuff, much more to use, which I coach. And yes, this is it from my side here for this sheet, Michael.
Great. Very well. I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on. Teaching and coaching promotional offer. So let me just start by saying what when for this day trading course, the regular price, the normal price is $5,000. And that would entitle you to 5 hours of coaching with me and 5 hours of coaching with Sascha, going over in detail all of the things that we just both described and talked about. But we're going to offer a promotion again as we start up these new services. And so we have limited spots available at a promotional price of $2,750 per person for 10 hours of teaching and coaching. And we'll set it up that there would be a maximum, this would be the top, for each group,
Yes,
there would be a maximum of 5 people per group.
yes,
And then each group will receive 5 hours of teaching or coaching from me and 5 hours of teaching or coaching from Sascha.
yeah.
Then we have also those that are looking for individual. They don't want to sit with a group. They want our time all to themselves. That's great. We want to offer a promotional price for that as well. Again, remember that the regular price is $5,000 for these same 10 hours or the day trader course. So we have a limited number of spots available at $3,750 per person for 10 hours of one-on-one coaching. It would be private. It's just you and either myself or Sascha. And again, the breakdown: 5 hours of teaching coaching from me and then 5 hours from Sascha, which most of the time folks are going to get more because both Sascha and I have a really hard time just really limiting things. So
Oh
one
yeah.
session might go over an hour. That's just going to be normal. So just be ready because we have a
And
hard time because we feel it very important that
yes,
if you're going to come in and you're going to get this coaching, that you understand what we're saying.
yes.
So, and we always want to make sure of that.
Michael,
So,
could just hop back one sheet to the teaching and coaching promotional offer. One more. Yes. I just want to add something here, okay? Because I think this is a question for also what you have in your head right now when you're watching the video. We are trying to make these groups or we're trying to make them as skilled as possible or regarding your own skills, okay? We don't try to bring the most experienced trader who want to learn something to a beginner course, okay? So we just try to fix the average knowledge in this group, okay? So what I think is good, what we're gonna do is like we are talking before, or asking or writing an email with you how experienced you are, and we're trying to match other 4 persons to you. Okay, so that we have a very, very nice group, including the persons regarding the trading skills they already have or want to learn. Okay, so this is what I think a very, very important part. Also, what we're gonna do in the background, and this is very, very important also for me and for Michael. I think that we bring you in a group where you are on the same level on the other people. Okay.
Right. That is actually a very good point. Thank you
Yes.
for remembering, because I know we talked about that. So you're correct. Thank you for bringing that back up.
Mhm.
Okay. So then we have that one. And now that's the end of our slideshow. So I'm going to leave it right there so that we just don't have a blank screen. And
Yes.
again, we're opening this up. Please, when I get it online, if you have a question, please make sure that you ask that question. And if you want to direct it to Sascha, make sure you say so, because I will make sure that he gets it and I will make sure
Yes.
that we get an answer. And so again, we're looking to start the promotion and also the membership pages on YouTube on January the 6th. As we know, this week we've got a half a day tomorrow, and then we're closed on Christmas Day, which is Wednesday. We have Thursday and Friday, and then next week is also going to be broken right in the middle by New Year's Day, and also year-end trading and just how people need to position themselves, etc., is keeping things really flipping and flying. So we want to make sure we're through all of that. We're into the new year, and people are ready to kind of go again. And it'll make it a lot easier to do our teaching, a lot easier to do our trading, I believe, as well. So I
Yeah.
want to thank you all for hanging out with us and
Thank you.
letting us make this presentation to you. And Sascha, I want to thank you very much for
Thank you, Michael.
spending your evening
Sure.
together with me and to do this, because we both are very excited about offering this out. And so we're hoping that we're striking a good tone with folks. And so I'm going to end it right there. And um,
Yes, have a great day from my side as well, guys, and hope to see you soon on the Discord server.
there you go. Thank you. And Sascha, as soon as we're done here, we're going to flip over back to the Discord server.
Yes,
So
sir.
thank you, everybody. Have a great Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Same from my side. Bye.